Today, I want to talk about how we organize our photo shoots once we're finished a project. I know when I was starting out, I never photographed my spaces. I would scramble to get it done and then hope that someday down the road I would have the time and be able to coordinate with the client to do the photo shoot. That's also when I didn't have a reveal day. We used to design and then wait for items to arrive and wait for items, so we felt like we were never fully finished, and then once we were finished, we'd kind of mentally moved on. But now that we have a reveal day, it's a lot easier to schedule a photo shoot and have it super successful. So the first time I did this was with our Harbor Street condo. I can link that video below. We did that one over a year ago. And then most recently was with our Mount Royal kitchen and main floor reno. The first thing I do is I ensure I book my photographer early for the day after the reveal. I know this can be really hard, especially with the renovation, because it's often a moving target. You might think, and this happens to us all the time, you might think, oh, we're gonna be done Tuesday the 1st. And then, a few days before you realize, oh, well, no, they're not finished the tile, or there's been some construction delay, so then you have to move your photographer. It's not ideal, it will happen, but if you don't commit your photographer to a time frame, by the time you're ready to shoot it, the photographer won't be available. This requires a lot of organization. I am not gonna lie. The first time I did this, it was super stressful, but basically it is like an economy of scale. So we do our reveal, we style it supremely beautifully. The clients come home, they see their space, love it, and I say, hey, there's tons of accessories here. You are welcome to purchase any of them. You stay with them overnight. We're gonna have a photo shoot tomorrow. The clients get to live in that beautifully styled space for an entire night. And then the next day when you come in, there should be minimal styling required. Now, there are exceptions to the rule, and that would be when you're doing just a renovation, like we did at Mount Royal. The client wasn't purchasing any furniture or accessories from us, so we really had to bring out all the stops. We had to bring in accessories the morning of the photo shoot, which was a little bit more chaotic. If that is the case and you can't style it the night before, then make sure you give yourself time to style before your photographer arrives. Until you get the camera on it and you see the shot, you don't know exactly which props you're going to use. But if you can have it pretty well styled so that when the photographer comes with their camera, all you have to do is move an apple or grab the flowers from over there and put them here, your photographer will be much happier with you. If you do have to style in the morning, it can be a lot of bags of accessories and boxes and stuff, and it tends to take over. Try to pick one staging area that ideally will not be in the shoot. It's hard when you're working in a small home. I know better than anyone what it's like to try and photograph and style in a tiny Toronto house. So just do the best you can, keep everything into one area, and have one person in charge to make sure things get wrapped up and put back in the bags to be returned to the store if you need to. If you are one of the fortunate ones and you've planned it really well and you can style the reveal and shoot the next day, holy heck, you are saving yourself so much freaking time, because you don't have to style for the reveal, take things away, come back at a later date, style for a photo shoot, and take it away. One of the hardest parts of a photo shoot for me is the planning, the shopping, the accessories, the lugging, the schlepping, and then the packing everything up and making sure which goes to what store. If you've styled it for your clients and then you shoot it the next day, chances are your clients will keep a lot of those accessories because they'll see how beautiful it is for an entire 24-hour period. We always ask our clients to let us know by the end of the next day so that we can take the accessories with us. The last tip I'm going to give you is specific to the photography, and that is to make a shot list. A shot list is essentially a document, we use Excel, where you plan out how many pictures you want to get that day, what the angles are, and what you want for that shot. It helps you to plan your styling, shopping, and it really helps guide the photographer. Obviously, things might change day of, and you might tweak one shot or two, but I will tell you that the most successful shoots I've had where I'm the happiest with the images afterwards are the shoots where I went in with a shot list. I usually drag an image I find on Pinterest of a space that's somewhat similar. Maybe it's a splice of a dining table and you can see the chair. You all know the shot. And I put that in, and then I say, and there's a column for accessories we need to buy. Candlesticks, fruit, Tots cushions, whatever it might be. And then I make sure that in that shot list, I have good storytelling. So there's overall pictures, right down to the tiny details. Because the reality is, these days are long, you're on your feet. As the day drags on, you get tired. I get tired, I'm not doing that every day. And so what happens is you tend to say, yeah, that's good enough. Oh God, I'm looking at like this happens to me all the time. I'm like, fuck, I gotta get out of here, the clients are coming back. Oh my God, we gotta pack up all this stuff. And the photographer's like, what do you think of this? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. How many more shots do we need? And I'm so obsessed with it. So if you have your shot list, it really helps to direct the shoot. Okay, I said that was the last point, but really the real last one is to enjoy it. I actually fall into that trap all the time of being anxious about timelines and making sure we get the number of shots, that I sometimes forget that this is the fun part of our job. We're finally documenting this beautiful space that's usually taken at least months, if not a year, to come to fruition. Enjoy it. Make sure you have someone who can go out and get coffee and snacks for everybody on set to keep spirits high, and take some pictures behind the scenes for social media, because people love to see that. That's about it. I feel like there's probably lots more to talk about. Successful photo shoots don't happen overnight. They do take planning, and the more you do it, better you get. All right, that's it. Let me know in the comments if you've done a shoot like that where you have the reveal and then photograph it, and also let me know if you've tried it and it didn't work. Okay, that's it. I'll see you soon. Perfect.
Cute little crab.
What's happening right now?
Oh no.
What is he doing?
With the cutlery.